Happy Saturday night, everyone. Blessings. Hope everyone having a safe and blessed night. Going into New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Of course, this is another installment of Southern Baller Show. I have my co-host, Coach 67 Sports TV. What's going on, brother? Let me turn this music down.
Not a whole lot, bro. I'm blessed and highly favored this evening. Salute to everybody in the chat. Everybody has been rocking with us since day one. Hopefully, y'all having a blessed and phenomenal evening also,
All right. And JB, how's it going, brother?
I'm blessed, man. I'm here, man, ready to start off 2024 the correct way.
All right. Florida State got smashed, which we all knew was going to happen, but yet and still, for those who's going to take the approach. See, I told you, first of all, okay, they had none of their starters, or had some. And I still stand on by what I said. I don't care if they got blew out 90 to something, they still deserve to be in the playoffs. I'm still going to say that. What's up, J6? He says, yo. And he said FCSU got bullied. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Let's go. Any thoughts on the game, Coach?
Yeah, bro. Truthfully speaking, I feel like the powers that be in college football, this is what they wanted. So it would make them look like they were justified in not putting Florida State into the playoff. The reason being is because if Georgia smacks Florida State, then they could say, well, hey, we were right. Florida State didn't belong. So, I was hoping Florida State could have pulled the upset victory and, caused a lot of controversy, but clearly it didn't go the way I would hope,
No, it didn't. Once I heard none of that star wide receivers was playing, I said, yeah, it's going to be a long night for them. But it's all good. Especially playing against somebody who can Georgia, if they can take the place of Michigan or Texas, they still are my favorites to win the championship. That's how talented they are. So FSU was going into the Lions Den anyway. Except instead of giving a spear or a gun, they got a slingshot and they got mauled. Salute, Supreme Beats, Boston Talk. What's up, Cadillac Red, man? Appreciate you, man.
Salute to Cadillac Red. Salute, bro.
Now, Coach, first thing we're gonna get started on is this Coach Fred McNair, former head coach of Alcorn State. The saga is still continuing. What is your thoughts on that? Because it seemed a lot of back and forth, a lot of finger pointing. Texas Southern, if those who don't know, Texas Southern was interested in Fred McNair to get the job, but Alcorn State said no. You need to. There's still some situation with this contract you were supposed to sign and you did. So, Coach, for those who don't know, can you kind of shed the light and give your opinion on how you think this is going to end?
Well, I mean, from my whole understanding in the initial situation with Fred McNair and Alcorn, uh, we thought initially that he was terminated, but in all actuality, his contract was up. Now, maybe he might have had something in place where Alcorn had the first right of refusal or whatever the case may be. However, once his contract was up, it was a situation where, uh, from a financial standpoint, Alcorn was trying to do basically they were trying to make a good deal for both sides. They didn't want to break the bank, but at the same token, they want to be fair to him. And I think he got into a situation where he was leveraging Texas Southern against Alcorn. And essentially, when it came to Fred McNair and Alcorn, basically, Alcorn made it seem like Fred wanted way too much money, and Fred made it seem like he wasn't getting paid enough. So essentially, he went the Texas Southern route. Now, Andre Johnson came into the picture, and they didn't pursue him. He expressed interest in the job. And then later on, Ed Reed. So it was a situation where essentially the Board of Regents for Texas Southern, they tried to make Fred McNair the head coach. But from what I'm understanding, the Board of Regents for Texas Southern, evidently has to be a unanimous decision. So a couple of the people didn't vote in Fred McNair's favor. So he wasn't approved to be the head coach. And this past Thursday, they had another vote. They had like some kind of emergency vote. And the same thing happened where basically the board members voted for Fred McNair and two of them voted for Andre Johnson. So evidently, it has to be a unanimous decision. Because to me, it seems like in that instance, it would just need to be a majority decision, but evidently it's a unanimous decision. And when you have a board that large, I don't see how it would need to be a unanimous decision because everybody's not going to have the same mindset and same train of thought. To me, I mean, if I was Fred McNair, I'd be frustrated by the situation. I don't know his financial situation. More than likely, he probably, like most people, he's probably not in a position where he could just tell Texas Southern, you know what, y'all can just kick rocks and y'all can have him.
Not at all, most likely.
But truthfully speaking, the right thing to do would be, because people don't realize, I mean, don't get me wrong, I know Andre Johnson played in the NFL, but he has zero coaching experience, like zero, none. At least Coach Prime, you know, was a high school head coach. But Andre Johnson has no coaching experience. So to me, I think the right thing to do would be to make Fred McNair the head coach and let Andre Johnson be the offensive coordinator and let Ed Reed be the defensive coordinator. To me, it's a slam dunk. It's easy. There's too much like right. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think the issue with the Coach Prime situation and Eddie George becoming the head coach of Tennessee State, I think a lot of these former Hall of Fame caliber NFL players feel like they don't have to go through the grit and the grind of being an assistant coach are gradually working their way up the ladder. Hey, you could just take an HBCU and just say, hey, I want to be the coach there and no coaching experience, and we could just become a head coach. And I could use my credibility as an NFL player to get like 4, 5-star recruits, and I could just skip to the head of the line. And to me, I think the Coach Prime and Coach Eddie George situation, it set a bad precedent. But hopefully Coach Fred McNair gets the job. But if I was him, I'd be frustrated by the situation. But this entire situation is making Texas Southern look real foolish, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, they better pick somebody because last time I checked, they wasn't a good ball club. Am I tripping?
Yeah, and I mean, in addition to that, I mean, I think the thing about it was, I mean, a lot of these games, people think they really got smacked. In all actuality, they should have beat Southern. In all actuality, they should have beat FAMU. If I'm not mistaken, I think they should have beat either it was Alcorn or
FAMU. Yeah, they had FAMU on the ropes. I remember.
In addition, so just think about it. They should have beat Southern. They should have beat FAMU. And either it was Prairie View or it was Alcorn. One of those two teams. I'll take that back. They beat Alcorn. I think they had Prairie View on the ropes also. So that's 3 games they should have won. So in all actuality, it's easy, to turn that program around. But the issue is the fact that You don't have a head coach. So at this point, Andrew Body is considering coming to Southern, becoming a member of Jaguar Nation. He's even considering FAMU. So that's the issue with not having a head coach. Like, you so far behind the 8 ball, even if you do hire a phenomenal recruiter, it's so late in the game. What players are you really going to expect to get?
That's true. And I also want to salute Jay Barr. He said, "Salute family. Thank you for stopping by, brother."
Salute Jay Bartz, because he dropped in on Vice Sports Star today. So big shout out to Jay Barr.
And Soul Power, aka Gained Up Kennels. Salute my brother.
Salute to him. LDBC brother. Always see him in 7-8. So shout out to him,
Good brother. Thank you for stopping by, man. But yeah, it's just I just wanted to end, man. I want even if he doesn't end up with. And I know we covered this on our last show, but because I wanted to bring it up because it's still ongoing. News articles are still talking about it. YouTube channel, sports channel still talking about it. That's interest in it. So just wanted to resurface it.
All right. One quick thing, bro. I don't know if you're gonna get into this next, whatever, with the whole situation with Coach Willie Simmons and FAMU. To me, bro, if Willie Simmons decides to leave FAMU,
good point.
If I was Fred McNair, I would try to pivot and go in that direction. But who knows, because
I can see Coach Fred McNair on that FAMU. He's already a good coach. He'll just be taking over somebody who's already built a great team. So, and he's already a damn good coach. So I think that would be a definitely good position for him to be in. And Supreme Beast Boxing Talk said, I don't know. I think the NFL players puts a bigger spotlight on the school though.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a valid point, Cadillac Red. But I think
that's what I say.
I think the thing about it is, in this context, you got to think about it. If you someone, just say you're the AD and your job is on the line, is depending on it. You got Fred McNair on the left, who has been to 4 SWAC championship games. He's won 2 of them, and he has 2 Celebration Bowl appearances. Whereas you have Andre Johnson in the middle and Ed Reed to the far right. Andre Johnson has 0 coaching experience. And I think Ed Reed was like a position coach at the U. I mean, don't get me wrong. You might be able to draw like 3, 4, 5-star recruits. However, on the flip side of it, I mean, your job could be riding on a coach that has 0 experience. So that's like me. Hey, I'm a coach on my level, and you got somebody that's never coached, even though they play in the NFL. I mean, NFL drawing power is one thing, but at the same token, at a PWI, like just say at a Duke, at a University of Miami, or even if we was to take PWIs that's on a FCS level, like a Nickel State, like a Southeastern or whatever, one of those type of schools. Do you think, even though Andre Johnson played in the NFL without no coaching experience, would he be able to go to Nickel State, a Southeastern, or Northwestern State? Nah, he wouldn't be able to. So I think that's it's good and bad. I mean, don't get me wrong, you get the star power from a coach's standpoint, somebody playing in the NFL, but at the same token, I mean, you wouldn't be able to go to PWI and pull this type of move. That's my issue with the situation.
True.
Yeah, I hear you. I just like I just want to see the brothers get a chance, man. But I do agree, if not head coach, they need to be assistant or coordinators.
No, that's why I said in a perfect world, Fred McNair would be your head coach, Andre Johnson would be your OC, and Ed Reed would be your DC. I mean, that way you kill 3 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah. And Coach J Ball said, great show, Coach 67. I enjoyed it. And I got
appreciate you, bro.
Mr. Shelton, LDBC or nothing. Damn right in here. Appreciate you, Mr. Shelton. Always the real one.
All right, Mr. Chip.
And Soul Power, aka Gained Up Kendall, said, "I'm so disconnected to the NFL. To the NFL, I've only watched one game since the NFL blackball cap." I
That's
hear you, man.
understandable.
That's very understandable.
Yeah,
It's
a
just
lot of
that
people
we
walk.
we all got family members, man, and little cousins that still playing. You know what I mean? And a lot of times that's that opportunity, not the damn going pro. Get opportunities to get a job, a coaching job. You know what I mean? Or even coach at a high school. Get an education. So, of course, I love the sport. We all, most of the people on this panel or in the chat played the sport before, and we love the sport. So that's that and we understand your position though. So, pal, definitely, definitely. Um, my brother Joe Town
Salute Big
business,
Joe.
Big Joe. A lot of these coaches go through the ranks because they never played football before. 10-year plus year, never NFL experience triumphs. Most assistant coaches. Hmm. Uh, he got a point, coach. Because me and JB, and I'm not saying that you're overlooking that. Um, Me and JB can tell you coaches that they was fourth string in high school, but because of the Good Old Boy Network, they was a defensive coordinator. You know what I mean?
All all the old heads back in the day say he wasn't even that good. How he coaching the kids? You right?
Well, bro, you make a valid point. You and I have had this conversation multiple times. Like one of the schools I was in line to be the high school head basketball coach. He played in the district, so he essentially he didn't go through the growing pains. They just made him the head coach. Like as soon as he came to the school, he been here 2 weeks. I've been here 2 years, and I work with these players, and they made him the head coach. And the crazy thing about it is, they ended up firing him before we made it to Thanksgiving break. So, after the fact, like some of the players, like, man, coach, I'm like, nah, man, like they chose him. So, I mean, tell him to fix the situation. So, the administration had to step in and the one of the assistant principals had to come from administration and become the head coach. No, he wasn't the assistant principal. He was the AD at the time. I'm sorry. But the thing about it is, he's right from the standpoint of, you always going to have to deal with politics. And in many instances, you playing in the NFL that long, it's a trump card. But the thing about it is, if you can surround yourself with like elite level assistant coaches, then yeah, you good because Andre Johnson and Ed Reed alone, that star power is going to be able to get like 4 and 5 star caliber recruits. But at the same token, if at this late stage in the game, I don't see what like 4 and 5 star recruits Andre Johnson and Ed Reed would be able to get. Cadillac Ray bring up a valid point. No matter what decision you make, you better win because you're in a tough spot either way. So I think Cadillac Ray and Joe Townsend, they brought up some excellent points.
Very, very, very damn good points you can't ignore at all. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. JB, any final thoughts on this topic, my brother?
I think we nailed it. Um, I don't like. I hope whatever going on with Fred McNair, hope that he get it nipped in the bud, figure out what he gonna do. Um, Andre Johnson, like Red said, hey, he actually played the position probably, you know, in other people's opinion, probably one of the best receivers that ever played, and in the NFL, and in some people's eyes. So, I mean, he probably had that Dion effect, but he can get recruits. You know what I'm saying? Or still recruits. So, I mean, either or, you better win, just like the brother said. But like, they hiring people that didn't even play in high school. So
That's true. They hire people that's philosophers of the game. I ain't played before, but I just love the game. Them type motherfuckers. and they getting jobs. So why not Ed Reed um and Andre Johnson? But what coach is saying, what you can't throw away is there's a coach somewhere that taught at the high school, middle school, you know, coach at the high school, middle school. When he finally about to get a job at an HBCU or college, you know what I mean? Then an opportunity like that may be taken away because they want to sign an Andre Johnson or Ed Reed. So, and that's tough sledding. So,
Yeah, that's a good point too.
yeah, but we'll see how it unfolds. I just want to see the brothers win, man. You know what I mean?
Hey, and if anybody from Texas Southern listen, please don't listen to coach. Don't go with my idea and try to make Fred McNair your head coach and Andre Johnson your OC and Ed Reed your DC. That's a bad idea. Don't do that. As a Southern fan anyway, you know.
All right. A lot of the LDBC brothers cooked on it. It's done, but I would have take it out and reheat it just for a second. And
Leftovers.
Leftovers. We want some leftover shit. Normally this is a football channel, but I have to talk about one of my favorite fighters in the world, Deontay Wilder. We were raving about him. Was it the last show was Sunday? We did.
Yeah.
Okay. No, before Christmas, I think.
Yeah, it was the Friday before Christmas.
Yeah, Friday before Christmas, and we all picked Deontay Wilder to win, and Joseph Parker made us eat crow. And in my opinion, not really Joseph Parker, it's Deontay Wilder basically didn't come in prepared. He's living his best life, dealing with his business venues, Tay Jones, and even Wilder himself had done interviews, Deontay with 78 and Tay Jones with was it Drew Titan. So the information is out there what happened, but Joseph Parker was ready, and he basically did everything he could to avoid the right hand and a lot of rounds outbox Wilder. But what was y'all thoughts on the fight? Starting with Coach.
Truthfully speaking, bro, of course, if anybody that's watched my channel, I've kind of steered more to strictly Southern University, but from a boxing content standpoint, my top 3 favorite fighters are in order: Wilder, Devin, and EJ. That's my top 3 fighters. Wilder's my favorite fighter, and I was disappointed he couldn't get the job done, but I understand from a circumstantial standpoint, he hadn't fought over a year. I brought this up early, this afternoon on the Southern Baller Show that I'm sorry, on Bayou Sports Talk, that basically Wilder had been trying to fight. He tried to fight Andy Ruiz. He tried to fight different fighters, but nobody really wanted to give him the opportunity. So when he did fight Joe Parker, and of course, 7-8 brought this up, Cadillac Red. Joseph Parker, when he was the WBO champion, Wilder was the WBC champion. He didn't try to fight Wilder. He wanted to fight AJ. So when he actually did get a chance to fight, Wilder had been out the ring for over a year. It was the ring rust. And like you were saying, bro, he's at the point where he's at peace. He's financially stable. So he just had an off night. And, great interview by 7-8. He didn't make no excuses. He just had an off night. Joseph Parker really didn't do anything phenomenal. He just kind of outworked him. Hopefully, champ, I want to see him eventually become undisputed. So hopefully he get back in the ring sooner rather than later. But if he decide to hang it up, I'll be at peace with that also.
Me as well, because we don't deserve him. This man came off a Budweiser truck. You know what I mean? Just threw himself in the boxing ring and became heavyweight champion. And especially with a lot of black men trying to come up, young black men. I mean that's that's a movie right there. That's inspiration. So um I don't get all the hate and people wishing on his downfall and I knew he wasn't that good. Please,
Well,
please.
hold up, bro. You got to straighten that out. The haters don't deserve him. Over here in the LDBC, we love Wilder.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that disclaimer. In the LDBC, we love him to death, but outside of that, no, y'all. I hope I don't mind him hang it up and he continue to stun on y'all niggas. But anyway, looking in the chat, Mr. Shelton said that's messed up. Yeah, it is messed up every regard too. And I know you were talking about what we were talking about. The coaching carousel that's going on. Soul Power said, yeah, it's Shelton. Yeah, it is Shelton. That good old boy connection is an SOB. Yeah, too many deserving brothers to get overlooked. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. He said, great show, brothers. Y'all cooking. Thank you, man. Southern is my team. My people's from around the way. Okay. Well, Coach 67 Sports TV.
Yes, sir. Jaguar Nation, baby.
Jaguar.
Hey, that's what my channel dedicated to. Southern
All his family on the Bayou Sports Talk, they're alumni of the Southern Jaguar. So definitely Bayou Sports Talk definitely show Coach some love on Saturdays.
Well, hopefully y'all get a quarterback.
Oh,
well, actually, hey, Andrew Body, he's seriously considering Southern. I think he waiting to see how the whole situation play out. Maybe if they get Andre Johnson or Fred McNair, he might stay. But
I'm a fan of Andrew Body, so let me see. If y'all get Andrew Body, I will be watching some Southern football.
Well, he says down to Southern and FAMU, and even with the situation with Willie Simmons, all of these 3, 4, and 4-star transfers they got from Florida State and FIU and FAU and all of those schools. It's going to be interesting to see if he goes to Duke come Monday, because that's one thing I like about FAMU, like the AD and everybody rallying, like they're trying to generate more money to give him more money to keep him to stay. I like that mindset and that approach. We're going to be proactive, unlike Jackson State was with Coach Prime. But if they could get him to stay, I think it'll be cool. But if Willie Simmons leaves and he becomes the running back coach at Duke, it's going to be interesting to see, how all of these dominoes fall. Is Andrew Body going to come to Southern? Is Fred McNair going to try to go to FAMU? It'll be interesting to see how all of these dominoes fall.
Very interesting. And just continuing in the chat, So Power said, bro, I'm sick of ninjas who never accomplished anything in there. Yeah. Those are the main ones talking. And Supreme Beats Boxing Talk said he got to be more active in the ring. Your best ability is availability. Yes.
I'm gonna put this in the pot and let it cook on water, man. Because I'm on some type. I don't want him to ever fight again because, like you said, he don't deserve it. But I don't want him to go on a loss. But then I gotta remember, this is the same organization, bro, who purposely hid Anthony Joshua from him. Then they allowed crackhead Tyson Fury to do all that bullshit with his glove, with the steroids, playing with his gloves and shit. And I mean, everybody like him because he say Jesus. The people you gotta watch that and I've me being a believer in Yahweh, them motherfuckers that be hollering Jesus and be doing foul stuff. Never liked Tyson Fury. Never like him. Okay. I hope Wilder never comes back. But that's
Okay.
up to him. If he want to come back, I agree with like on the brother Supreme Beats boxing show, brother Red show. He got to man. He got to get on it. And just like Tay said, he got to be more consistent. He can't. He can't. I know he rich now. I'm happy for him, but he can't. He got to go back to the old Wilder, man. And if he can't go back to the old Wilder, man, do not give these motherfuckers the satisfaction to see you get knocked out by AJ or any of these motherfuckers that couldn't, you know,
Beat you at
tie
your
your
best.
shoestring, tie your boxing shoes a couple of years ago because everybody was scared. When everybody talk about Wilder's resume, those of us who are fans of Wilder know that most of the heavyweight division was scared and they planned not to fight him. So every time, every time Deontay would try to fight Anthony Joshua, they'll push
A
uh,
Klitschko.
Klitschko or they'll push a Luis Ortiz or they tried to put Dylan White in front of him until he got knocked out. You know what I'm saying? So it's boxing is just um, a dirty sport,
You see what Black
and
said what he said.
I totally
Earlier.
agree. That I mean I totally agree, man. Because there's no loyalty in it. Motherfuckers don't stand on business. You know, a motherfucker lose. You know what I'm saying? If you can't see if your hero lose and you flip on him, he wasn't your hero in the first place. You know what I'm saying?
And,
So and that's the last I'm gonna speak on it because I know man, we are a Southern boxing show. You know what I'm saying? We mostly talk HBCU football, college, but we will dabble in some
You mean
other
Southern football?
sports.
You said Southern boxing.
Well, yeah, Southern football. I'm sorry, but hey, Wilder's from Alabama, so he's from the South.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
he's he's relevant to the show. So
Hey, and that's an excellent point, JB. And the thing about it is, not even in the past, but even recently, he tried to fight Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz didn't want no smoke. Usyk and Fury couldn't come to terms. Usyk ran from Wilder, and that's the thing about it. I think instead of Wilder trying to fight, give the fans their money's worth instead of him trying to fight these high profile fighters. Man, I'd have pulled one of these fighters that's looking for opportunity, looking for a payday, because you're gonna get your highest payday fighting Wilder. I'd have just tried to fight one of those guys. Like 7-8 say all the time. If I was him, I'd have went on the bum bash for a minute. Because I mean, even when he do, fight these difficult fights, they cheating. They find some kind of way to hate on him anyway. Outside of LDBC, and he's not really valued and appreciated like he should be. So if I was him, I just would have fought some scrub. Even Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker really didn't deserve the opportunity either because when he had the chance to fight him when he was younger, he fought AJ. But I definitely won't see him knock AJ out. But AJ is scared. He don't want no smoke with Wilder.
I agree.
Even after the loss, he don't want no smoke.
man, AJ was happy than a runaway slave when Wilder lost. And then what made me mad, all them dudes had like 4 weeks to train. But hey, it is
They
what it
signed the
is, man. But
contract, and like
yeah,
Cadillac Red said, the best of ability is
ability is
availability.
availability. Yeah,
You gotta be ready, man.
yeah, man. You can't if he lost the heart for this shit, man. I don't want him back in that ring.
Yeah, cause you don't want bums to get W's off his name.
End up like man, that hurt everybody who love Roy Jones. It hurt our heart when we see motherfuckers that couldn't couldn't fill up Roy Jones' spit bucket,
Glenn,
knocking him out.
Glenn Crawford Johnson knocked him out cold. And just to think, Had he fought Glenn Carter Johnson 3 years before that, HBO would have been so upset. Like, why is he fighting this bum, man? Even though he was a top 10 fighter. So it's crazy, bro.
Yeah, that's what happens when you stay around too long, man. Like if he made too much money where he don't need boxing, man, enjoy your family, enjoy your money, and leave these people alone, man. They don't want you in it. You had the belt for like what 5 years? How many years? Or some years. He had a long reign. I mean,
I think
it's
he tied with Joe Louis or Muhammad Ali. I can't remember. Y'all help me
Ali.
out, Chad.
yeah,
Ali.
the
Ali.
title defenses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10
Yeah, so
consecutive.
I mean that's hard. I don't care who you fight. You fighting 10 people 10 times to defend the belt. That's hard. Motherfuckers say, well, it depends who you fight. Well, I mean, when he went out there against Joseph Parker and lost. That's how hard it is. Because anybody can get up for you. We know that in football. How many
Hmm.
teams we see, we thought this team was gonna win, and then the other team um just got up for them, a la Baltimore Ravens and San Francisco 49ers. Everybody thought that the 49ers were gonna win, and my Ravens whooped that ass. Same way with boxing. So I'm done.
All right. All right. And Soul Power said, I want Water to send AJ to the afterlife, then retire. Me too, bro. Me too. But if he don't have the heart for it no more, man, I want him to just ride off in the sunset. He already he already got businesses, man. He's wealthy. He got generational wealth for his kids, man. Um, he don't need boxing. He don't need people who didn't want to see him when he was younger. When he was knocking the soul out of people. Um, they didn't want to see him, so now he's older and um he's more uh he's more calm in his spirit. That's when people won't want to see him. But I think I think Joseph Parker just caught him on a sloppy day, sloppy night. So I'm definitely looking forward uh or Water coming back if he does. But if he doesn't, like JB and Coach said, I'm good with that as well.
Shout out to Joseph Parker though. We're not taking anything away from.
He
That's what you're
can't because
supposed to
that's a
do.
champion. He's a champion.
Hey, I'm gonna keep it real. I am. Why you didn't want to see him when you was younger? I'm gonna call a spade a spade.
True,
Hey,
true.
why you didn't want to fight him when you was WBO champion? That could have been a unification fight. But he wanted AJ because he know AJ was a lighter touch, you know.
Hey, he sure was supposed to fight Wilder. A lot of people forgot about that. And shout out to Junior the Truth. Junior the Truth said it the day after. He said, man, he felt like Wilder got set up. But it's alright though, man. That's
I
the
mean,
play.
he
Good
did.
for
They've been setting
them.
him up the whole time, bro.
Good for them, bro.
Hey,
But
even
Wilder was supposed to be ready, man. He was supposed to be ready. He know how they did him with Tyson Fury, and you dealing with Eddie Hearn and them, man. So hey, you gotta be ready, man. But he not Wilder ain't tripping, so I ain't tripping. So it is what it is. You win something, you lose something.
Right. Salute the living big with Big Reg. Y'all, this is another brother with a bomb channel, man. He talk about, he a Baltimore Ravens fan like me, but he talk about other stuff, man. Um, so please support the brother. He said, "What's good, everybody? What's good, man?" Now, for real, Cadillac Red, I want Water to knock the soul out of somebody before he retired, man. That's my wish. That's my hope. But I think it's up to him, man. Like Tay said, it's up to him. All right, let's move on back to football, y'all. All right, tomorrow we got Miami versus Baltimore. So this game will decide. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, JB. Whoever wins, did they clinch? We already clinched the playoff berth, but this game will
Yep.
decide.
Who number one in the AFC as a whole, and who got
Yeah,
that first round bye?
yeah.
We must, we must make an example out of them. I like Tua. I like the Dolphins, man. I like Tyreek Hill. Um, Waddell is good, even though he's not playing. This is a good football team. But just like the 49ers, we got to make an example out of their ass, man. I think we got to do this for Lamar. I'm just and I already knew before the season began. I already knew this is what he was gonna do. When motherfuckers just start talking and running their mouth, Lamar Jackson's always the type of dude that he go in his bag and he show you. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, we don't want no bandwagons. So if you was over there talking, saying that Lamar Jackson can't throw and he's not a quarterback and he's not, and stay over there. And as the brothers, some of the brothers on the Flock Nation and Ill Will. I think Jared, you got on Ill Will show yesterday, and even
Hmm.
said it. A lot of you motherfuckers owe Cam Newton an apology. He been told y'all the difference between quarterback. Why you not motherfucking listening to the one of the talented quarterbacks as a Cam Newton won the motherfucking MVP that ever won it? I think he would know the difference between a Tom Brady and a what's that boy over there in the 49ers? I forgot his name.
Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy. So, and yes, I'm cussing because y'all need to understand that you know Lamar Jackson is one of the y'all not gonna ever see him again. When he decide that it's over, y'all never gonna see him again.
And
You
nobody
know what I'm
like him
saying?
again.
You know what I'm saying? Just like I know we done talking about Wilder, but just like Deontay Wilder, you know what I'm saying? For years, and we just real quick, and we're gonna go back to football. Years we didn't hear talk about, even though I don't like him, but people shit on Mayweather talking about, oh, he runs, he can't, but I want to see knockouts. Then you get a motherfucker that knock everybody out. Then Deontay Wilder, you don't like him because he don't box like a Floyd Mayweather or whoever you think he should box like. And it's the same thing with Lamar Jackson, right? Us as Baltimore Ravens fans, we know, what a good quarterback is. And we've been telling you motherfuckers that Lamar Jackson is A1. Is A1. Joe Flacco is a game
Game
manager. He
manager.
was a good game manager for us. Now when he got in the playoffs, he played elite, but he was a game manager. He was not consistent in the regular season. We know, especially his rookie season. You know what I'm saying? All the way up to his third or fourth season. The growing pains with Lamar Jackson. From Lamar Jackson rookie season all the way to he is now, I would still say he's a better quarterback. And even then, Joe Flacco had better weapons. So even now, Lamar Jackson is doing what he's doing, not with the talent that some of these other quarterbacks that y'all put above him has. He's been doing that since Louisville. Okay, so tomorrow I'm expecting to see us dominate. I'm expecting to see us prove a point. Now, what can hinder that is a man named Tyreek Hill. Last year when we played the Dolphins,
No, one more.
we
Hold
was
on. One more other person, JB. Raheem Mustard, because he played hard against us.
yeah, cause we
Raheem
cut him.
Mustard. Yeah, Raheem Mustard has a list of all the teams that cut him, and Baltimore Ravens on his list. So he played extra hard against the teams that cut him.
That's
And
true.
Raheem Mustard I think he's second. He's behind Christian McCaffrey. So he this is his. He's been showing his ass this year. So we've been giving a lot of yards per carry to running back. So
I look, man. Look, I respect Raheem Mustard's story, but Mustard, Ketchup, whatever the hell his name is, we whooping his ass tomorrow. Okay? I don't care.
I got you.
I, um, I'm just saying, bro. Um, this is Lamar's time. I just feel it. I got the same feeling when Joe Flacco, when the Ravens, we went on that winning streak. This is our time. You know what I'm saying? We got a point to prove. Um, Lamar, everybody's rallying behind Lamar, and I just think we're gonna prove a point. And I like Tua. You know what I'm saying? I know his story. How everybody was talking crazy about him. You know what I'm saying? Um, if he was even gonna play because of injuries. So I'm proud of Tua, but um, tomorrow we're gonna have to, like I said, he's just in the way. So I'll be quiet now.
All right. Good state. And shout out to my brother, Talib Cunningham. He said, "What's good? Go Cowboys." Okay, Cowboys over there representing. Even though they came up short against the Dolphins, y'all still a good ball club. Um, Coach 67 Sports TV. What is your what do you think as far as this matchup tomorrow?
Well, before I get to that matchup, I gotta talk 1 second about my New Orleans Saints.
Go ahead.
Hopefully that scrub Derek Carr, he can show a pulse, and the Saints can actually win against the Bucks. But as someone who loves the Saints, I don't think the Saints gonna pull it out. They're gonna let me down like they've done many times over the years. Hopefully they could beat the Bucks, but I wouldn't bet on it. If they lose to the Bucks, they out the playoff race because they don't have enough wins to actually get a wild card spot. So hopefully my Saints could beat the Bucks and then turn around and beat the Falcons the next week. But I don't see it happening. Either they're gonna trip up tomorrow or they're gonna trip up the following week. So hopefully the Saints could get it done. In a perfect world, when they run out the tunnel, Derek Carr slip and get hurt, and Jameis Winston could play, but that's another story. Now, for the previous show, we talked about, that Bay Winch, Kimberly A. Martin at ESPN.
Yeah, her, yeah.
How she talked about basically Cam Newton don't know what he's talking about. And Christmas night, he proved his point. And basically, he is another week because remember when Cam Newton went on his rant, he said that Brock Purdy, Dak Prescott, and Tua, they were game managers. And he talked about people like Lamar Jackson and Pat Mahomes. He said those guys are game changers. So when he talked about the game managers category, he also talked about our friend Tua. And like we talked about the weapons he has. He has Tyreek Hill. He has Jalen Waddle. So he has weapons around him, just like Brock Purdy. He got Deebo Samuel. He got Christian McCaffrey. So I think it's going to be another week because, we talked about it in the whole offseason how they really didn't want Lamar Jackson to shine because his mom wasn't his agent and he's not paying someone whose last name is like Goldstein or something like that. He's not giving them a certain percentage of his salary. So the NFL, they didn't like that from a PR standpoint. And they didn't want to give him a fully guaranteed contract the way, our friend, our friend Deshaun Watson has one for the Cleveland Browns. That will set a bad precedent. Of course, they came to some type of mutual agreement. But the NFL, more so than anything, I think ESPN, I don't think they want Lamar Jackson to be the league MVP. But I think once he does what he does tomorrow against the Dolphins, the NFL and ESPN is going to be able to deny Lamar Jackson. And I think they're going to seal the deal tomorrow. We all picked him last week. I think we all pick him again this week. And I think Lamar Jackson is going to get it done. Too bad Sean Payton and Mickey Loomis and Jeff Allen didn't draft him when they had opportunity. But that's another story for another day. Davenport, he did good for the Saints. He's no longer with the Saints, but too bad we didn't draft him instead of Davenport. But that's another story.
Right.
Yeah, y'all
And
better
you know
start.
what?
Go ahead and hold on, JB. Y'all better go ahead and start Jameis, because from what I'm hearing, I'm seeing an article that the Rams might sign him off the practice squad. If he's not on your 53-man roster. So there's teams out here looking to take him off your roster.
But no, what I mean, he still has 1 year left on his contract with the Saints. Now, after this year,
Okay.
they're gonna let him walk because they have too much money invested in this scrub Derek Carr. But that's another story for another day. I mean,
I'm about to say. No, go ahead.
No. What you were saying, JB?
No, I was gonna say I thought he was a backup quarterback. They demoted him to the practice squad.
No, he I don't think he's on the practice squad. He the backup.
I think the article was talking about when the season is over. My apologies.
I mean, when the season is over, his contract is up. He's free and clear. You know.
So the Rams is looking to sign him after the season is over to be.
I understand. I understand why. I mean, Matthew Stafford. To me, I think Jameis Winston, once the season is over, he should look to go somewhere where he could be like a stopgap solution for a team that is going to sign him to be the starter for a year while they draft a quarterback who's going to be your heir apparent, and where you could go and shine for a year or so and increase your value. But because at this point, the Saints are holding him hostage. In my estimation, he's clearly better than Derek Carr, but since you have this scrub head coach Dennis Allen and his hand-picked chosen guy, Derek Carr, I think they're going to go with him. And the fact that you have so much money invested and tied into Derek Carr, now you got to realize Derek Carr is guaranteed to be the season. He's guaranteed to be the starting quarterback again next year. And Cadillac Red, he made the same point that my cousin Rude Dog make on our show, is he feels like Derek Carr is 6 in one hand and Jameis Winston is half a dozen in the other hand. But even with that being said, I still think Jameis Winston gives you a better opportunity to win. I think the issue with Jameis Winston is, you want Jameis Winston to play from the start of the game when it's even. If you put Jameis Winston in when the Saints are behind, Jameis Winston has a tendency to revert back into the Jameis Winston from the Tampa Bay Bucks, and he tries to force everything, forcing passes into double coverage. It's like, man, you don't have to force it, because even if you look at the game against the Vikings, he made some good plays, but again, he forced a couple passes. He threw a couple bad interceptions late. So, he has a tendency to force stuff. Whereas Derek Carr just can't, on a consistent basis, read coverage. So they're both inconsistent, but I prefer Jameis Winston inconsistency over Derek Carr's inconsistency, if you know what I mean. I feel like I feel like Winston gives you a better chance to win, whereas Carr, he might have a decent drive, get you down the field, and then he'll turn around and throw an interception into the end zone. Whereas
Jameis, you got to take the good with the bad, because he got that playmaker in him. He gonna try to get the ball down the field.
Well, I see. What I think the thing about it is, like I say, I think if you starting from the outset, because people don't remember, 2 years ago when he was under Sean Payton after he said that year behind Drew Brees. He said that year behind Drew Brees, and then after that, like when he was 5-2 as a starter that year, basically, he didn't force as many plays that year. But once he got hurt against the Bucs, ironically, he was out for the rest of the year, and he never really got a fair shake after that. I mean, Sean Payton, he was another one. I mean, he tried to go with, excuse me, they never really gave, to me, Jameis a real fair shot once Jameis got hurt. They tried to give Taysom Hill a try last year. Just think about it. Andy Dalton starting over Jameis Winston. Man, Andy Dalton is, I mean, if he was at the top of his game like he was when he was playing for the Bengals, cool. But, there's no universe where Andy Dalton should be starting over Jameis Winston. So, to me, I felt like in too many instances, Winston didn't really get a fair shot as far as I'm concerned. But I think at this point now, I think he gives us the best chance to win. But, they got so much money invested in Derek Carr, and Dennis Allen, like I said, he's not a head coach. He's a he's a good defensive coordinator. He's not a head coach to
He a
me.
coordinator, he ain't head coach.
Yeah, he's not a head coach, and that's the thing about it. I think, that's his guy. He was his head coach in Oakland. I mean, in Oakland and in Las Vegas. So that's his guy that he wants. So he gonna ride with Carr, even when Carr is hurt and injured and really don't need to be in the game. So I think that's what it's gonna be.
Well, I mean, I look going on paper, man. I thought y'all was gonna be a little bit better, but y'all about like I thought y'all was gonna be, man. Trying to figure yourself out. Y'all got weapons everywhere on the offensive side.
Oh man, that's the thing about it, man. You have Chris Olave, you have Rashid Shaheed, you have Alvin Kamara. I mean, that's the three weapons right there. Just imagine if you could put.
Hey, you know what I'm about to ask you, Coach? What happened to Shaq Davis from South Carolina State?
Man, bro, I'm gonna keep it 100. I think the issue with the Shaq Davis situation is the fact that the Saints have so many weapons at wide receiver.
Yes.
They put him on a practice squad, but I'm like, bro, like to me, Shaq Davis is better than Kirkwood. Man, yes. I'll let Kirkwood ride, exactly. and Shaq Davis will be in that spot. But I think they have a certain loyalty to even Kirkwood. So sometimes it ain't always the complexion of your skin. Sometimes it's just whether you view this person favorably or not. You know what I'm saying? But I say this when the season started. My cousins, Raymond, he was high on Cousins. Whereas Rude Dog, he was kind of in the middle. And I was like, nah, man, this dude is a scrub. To me, if you've been in the NFL 9 years, I mean, it's not like a player that's being drafted. If you're being drafted, we don't know what you're really going to be when you get to the NFL. Whereas this guy, if he'd have been a franchise quarterback, he'll still be in Las Vegas. So I was never sold on Derek Carr being an answer. Just think about it. Look how many Saints players restructured their contract to bring this scrub in. I'm thinking to myself, bro, y'all playing the NFL? Just think about it last year. Peyton Turner had his career high in sacks for the Saints against Derek Carr last year with the Raiders. So I don't understand why they were so fooled by this guy figuring a change of scenery in New Orleans is going to make him a better quarterback. No, they should have let his behind go to the Jets. Because to me,
I got to eat crow on Derek Carr. I just thought it was just Las Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Them just being that bad, terrible. Organization. I actually sat and watched some of the games for New Orleans, and it's exactly what Coach is saying. He's totally inconsistent. He'll make a great play, great throw, then it's like he can't read defenses. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm like, okay, y'all might as well play Jameis if y'all gonna do that. If y'all ride with him. So I got to eat crow on Derek Carr. I thought a new change of scenery was going to improve his play, especially with the weapons there. And, with the run game, I don't know how good y'all is running the ball this year.
They've been having some struggles on the offensive line. Ramczyk, he's on IR. He's out for the rest of the year. He struggled earlier in the season. They've had some offensive line issues, but truthfully speaking, I say this all the time, but for my individuals that have not seen the Saints play, for my Southern fans, I tell them all the time, Harold Blood is the equivalent to what Derek Carr is for the Saints and vice versa. Just like Harold Blood, Derek Carr, he holds the ball too long. He cannot go through a progression where he goes from his first reading. Because I don't know, y'all used to watch the Saints like I've been watching the Saints for years. Bro, I would see pregame, Drew Brees would drop back to pass, and he would just go through his progressions. Bro, Carr cannot read coverage. He cannot go through a progression. He holds the ball too long. He's inconsistent, and he's kind of like the NFL equivalent to Harold Blood to me, and that's that speaks like poorly of Derek Carr.
Well, I hope y'all get together in the draft, man. Mahari Nation. Abel, what's up, brother? He said, "What's good, brother? What's good, man? Thank you for stopping by." So Power. He said, "Who that nation?" He also a Saints fan.
Yes, sir. Hopefully, we can get it done.
Supreme Beast Boxing said Winston and Carr the same person, and he said, "Man, Carr and Winston equal Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder."
Man, hey, even with that being said, I still put my money on Winston. If I need a game to be won, and I had to bet on one of them two. I'm putting my money on Winston to get me that dub, not Carr.
Now, just expect at least 2 picks to be thrown. But Jameis
Well, I
has
think
the potential.
if you have the lead, I think Winston is straight. If you playing from
Right.
behind, Winston gonna force some stuff in there, bro. Ain't no two ways about it. He gonna force some stuff in there.
And the reason why, one thing I defend James Winston, I don't know why, especially old heads don't. Y'all act like y'all didn't see Brett Favre do the same shit, throwing stupid interceptions.
Bro, hey, I don't know if you recall the first episode of the Southern Baller Show. 7-8 popped in, and bro, I'm not gonna lie, like I've seen black quarterbacks do the same thing that Brett Favre do. Bro, I've seen Brett Favre throw in the quadruple coverage, and they're like, "Oh my God, he's a gunslinger." Whereas a black quarterback throwing a double coverage, oh, that was such a stupid idea.
Stupid, yeah.
I think to myself, are we watching the same effing game, bro? Like, Favre throw in a quadruple coverage, it's a great play. Whereas the black quarterback throwing a double coverage is stupid. So it kind of reminded me of HBO boxing where, hey, Floyd Mayweather box, this is boring. Jim Lampley with his dumb-ish. And then you turn around and you get somebody like Oscar De La Hoya. He doing the exact same thing, but it's beautiful boxing. It used to be the same stuff watching a lot of these NFL games, It's They don't see the double standard. They don't see the racism, but I've been seeing it for years, bro.
And just so John know, and a lot of Talib Cunningham probably already know him being Cowboys fan. Dallas Cowboys and Detroit is playing. Dallas is up 7-3.
7-3, yeah.
Against the Lions.
Dak had a beautiful throw to Lamb for 90-something yards. So Dak slinging that ball.
Yeah, he's doing his
Boy,
thing.
if Lamar would have them type of receivers,
oh my God,
it'd be over.
Bro, just imagine if he had the Saints receivers. If he had Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed, and Alvin Kamara. Oh my goodness, bro.
Including Shaq Davis. Man.
No, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I think he could do some damage with Olave and Shaheed, though, bro.
Yeah,
Shaheed could take a top off of defense. Olave can run every route you need. You can throw the ball out Kamara out the backfield. I think just the three of them alone will take Lamar Jackson to a whole nother stratosphere, bro.
I agree,
man. I definitely agree, but yeah, man. But just going back to the game, I'm definitely picking the Ravens, man. I hope we do our thing, but the Dolphins is definitely
they're a threat now.
They're a threat, but I believe we should take care of business tomorrow. Moving on. Now, I know we already got our picks written down for the college playoffs, and I talked about a little bit on Ill Will show yesterday. Just want to go over our picks. You know what I mean? I picked Michigan to beat Alabama. I just feel like Alabama is going to struggle with that Michigan offense. I believe Michigan have one of the best running backs in the nation in Blake Corum. And I got Texas beating Washington because I don't think Washington seen a squad like Texas before. Because no disrespect to the Pac-12, defense ain't really. Don't get me wrong, they got good defensive plays as individuals, but as a squad, as a defensive unit, that's yeah. But anyway, brother Brent picked Michigan and Texas. JB picked Bama and Washington. Coach, you picked Bama and Texas. and Joe Town picked Bama and Washington. So and people folk in the chat, y'all give me y'all winners for these games, man. But starting with you, Coach. Any changes? You still sticking with Bama beating Michigan and Texas beating Washington?
Without question, bro. I mean, just to think about it, Bama and Texas are the two teams that we felt Florida State should have made it in over at least one of those two teams. However, they're the two teams that made it into the playoffs. And we know that's due to two things. That's due to politics and that's due to money. Because we know those two schools, they generate a lot of interest across the nation. And I think at the end of the day, bro, I think what's going to happen is I feel like those two teams are really going to make it in. And in terms of the national championship game, like it's going to be a big money thing, because at the end of the day, bro, we always talk about politics on this show, but financial incentive is the main reason why you would want one team to be successful over another team. Right now, if you was to put, I don't know, in the NFL, if you was to put the Chiefs against the Jets, man, it's in the NFL's best interest for the Chiefs to win over the Jets. So I think that's what it is. If you got the Steelers playing against a random team, or you got the Cowgirls playing against a random team, man, hey, you want the team that has a national following. I mean, I know people that live here in Louisiana that's Steelers fans. I have an uncle that's a Steelers fan. I have other family members that's Cowboy fans. So, hey, I mean, those are the teams that draw interest and people won't watch and pay money to see. So I think that's the reason why it's not necessarily of anything from an X and O standpoint, even though you really can't bet against Nick Saban and all those 4 and 5 star recruits here at Alabama. But I think more than anything, I think it's about money and politics.
Okay. Living big with Big Reds got Bama over Michigan and got Washington over Texas. Okay. JB, you still sticking with Bama beating Michigan and Washington beating Texas?
Look, man, yeah, and I just think that Bama been there before, and I think that um, that Auburn game was the gas for Alabama. That got them up. Because Auburn always gonna play Bama hard. It's one of the greatest rivalries in football, or greatest rivalries ever. And I just think Jalen Milroe has found his own swag as far as what type of player he is. Actually, I think the coaches was holding him back at the beginning of the season, trying to make him out to be a
They
pocket
was.
quarterback.
They was.
And now they got him running plays where he's using his legs, using his athleticism, um, and uh, taking deep shots down the field with the play action. Um, I mean, the only thing I can see is the Michigan defense coming to play. Um, Michigan can prove me um, you know, I'll gladly eat crow, but I just don't see it. I think what's your boy name from Alabama? The coach for Alabama,
Nick Saban.
Nick
Nick
Saban
Saban.
is gonna Nick Saban gonna have them boys ready to play, uh, unless it's just Michigan's time. But I just don't see that. As for the Washington, um, the reason why I'm picking Washington because I think I seen Washington beat Oregon, and I think Oregon is a better team than um, Texas, in my opinion. Even though because Bo Nix is a better quarterback than Quinn Ewers, in my opinion. Even though Bo Nix been in college for like 10 years. But he's he had a very very good um, season. A lot of people thought he was the Heisman winner, or what should be considered to win the Heisman. So I seen Washington go tooth and nail with them. Texas, even though Texas beat Bama, that was the time when they was trying to make Bama was trying to make Jalen Miro out to be a pocket quarterback. So um, after they made those changes, you see Bama returning to Bama form and beating the teams they're supposed to beat. Um, and I think just Washington with Penix, him being a pocket quarterback, and me watching this Texas defense, um, they do have holes in it. Um, if Texas prove me wrong, I'm not mad. I'll be happy. You know what I'm saying? Texas, we haven't heard from Texas in a while. Since Vince Young and Colt McCoy was was playing there. So I'm happy for Texas getting the shine on them again. But I think Washington and with Michael Penix is gonna show out. So I mean, this is why we do this, and no, there's no egos involved. Is you we right, we right, we wrong, we wrong. So they're gonna have to show
Okay.
me.
Okay. I just think I just hope I really why I picked Michigan is because this is not the Bama defense of old. Yes, them boys is big, they talented, but they can be thrown on, they can be run on. So I believe Michigan has the weapons to do that. I really do. Um, and as far as why I picked Texas, I don't like I said going. I don't think Washington um played a team like Texas before, as talented as Texas before. Um, just looking at their just looking at their schedule. I mean, they all Pac-12, like I thought, all Pac-12. And don't get me wrong, Pac-12 is the if you want to see some, some fast speed, some of the best wide receivers, um, as far as just taking it to the house, and even some of the running back, Pac-12 where is that? But as far as defensive wise, it's up and down, especially in the secondary. So I think when it comes to on the defensive side of the ball, Washington will eventually be overwhelmed. I think they're gonna hang with Texas for the first 2 quarters, and then Texas is gonna eventually um, run all over them. Jeremy Wyatt said Georgia with fifth string players proving how competitive the SEC is. They are on the bench, could go start anywhere, just about. Roll Tide. Yeah, that's a SEC for you, man. That's a SEC. The best of the best. That's where a lot of your defensive players are drafted from. It's a set. And it's kind of everywhere, man. That's why Florida State, when a lot of their players did play today, the chances of an ass whooping got worse. But this is I'm not sure you've been on my channel before, but welcome, Jeremy Wyatt. Welcome. Uh, he said living big with big Red said I picked Bama because I like Milroe and I trust his playmaking ability, especially late in the game. That's the same reason I picked Washington. I think Penix puts them over the top. Okay. FSU was missing its top 30 players though. Yeah, yeah, that's why I said. Yep, that's what I said in the beginning of the show. Yep, Big Red. Yep. But y'all, these games will happen. When will the playoffs games happen?
Tomorrow, right?
They will happen. I think so. I just want to make sure. I'm gonna do something better. Just go to Alabama. No, they play Monday.
Okay, even better.
Alabama and Michigan, and then Washington and Texas play Monday as well. So yeah, they play on Monday. Um, Jeremy White said, "But I am Bama through and through, but we are only as strong as Miro. I love him to death, but it also scares me if he isn't doing what he does best." Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
Miro got a decent arm on him though, man.
I ain't gonna lie.
Just
Miro is a dog, bro.
he is, man. But he know how to run that rock. So if y'all do that, y'all be good. All right. Is there anything else y'all want to talk about on this topic before we move on?
I'm good over here, bro.
I'm good.
All right. All right. All right. Fellas, anything interesting in the transfer portal before we move on? Before we wrap this thing. This is our last topic. I can tell you Colorado's continue to stack their roster with talent. He getting some talent from the set. He's getting some talent a little bit of everywhere, man. He just signed the number one offensive lineman in the nation. So he's definitely restocking that offensive line and defensive line. But of course, it doesn't have to be Colorado. What are some other signings that you guys saw, or you're impressed with, or you were shocked at regarding the transfer portal? Starting with you, Coach.
Well, I mean, the thing that's really kind of, made my head turn is, in terms of the realm of the SWAC. Basically, I don't know what it is. I know Coach Prime kind of, excuse me, he kind of established a name for J State. J State is done well. In addition to that, Grambling has done well. Not well. I'm gonna say they've both done good. Mickey Joseph, since he decided to go with Grambling, Mickey Joseph has done a good job. TC Taylor has done a good job. But I don't know what it is in Florida, bro. But Bethune-Cookman and FAMU have like killed it in terms of getting a bunch of transfers, 3 and 4 star transfers from FAU and FIU and University of Florida and Florida State. I don't know what it is. Maybe there's a lot of NIL money in the state of Florida, but I understand there's a lot of like FBS schools in the state of Florida, but Bethune-Cookman and FAMU have racked up in terms of like transfers in a portal. Like they've killed it. And lastly, just to kind of something else I want to point out, on my show, I talked about, and on my channel, I've talked about how Southern University's best pass rusher, Kelby Givens, how he entered the transfer portal. Well, I guess he didn't, just like Jordan Lewis, he didn't find what he wanted, so he's come back home to be a part of Jaguar Nation. I think that's probably the biggest thing for Southern University, the fact that you don't have to replace both Kelby Givens and Taj Brown. You don't have to replace Taj Brown. and Christian Davis and Jordan Carter and Jalen Campbell. There's a lot of holes to replace, but filling, it's one less hole you have to fill at this point. So getting Kelby Givens back from a Southern University standpoint is huge.
Okay. How about you, JB?
About the transfer portal,
Yes, sir.
I mean, just been looking at really what Colorado's been doing. I mean, like I think the brother Ill Will was saying yesterday, you know, and quoted what um Prime said, "Y'all better get me now, cause he's stacking." But I hear that, I understand that. We support Prime. I just want that play call to change, man. You can't throw it on every down, man. Y'all better make sure these alignment, if y'all gonna do that, make sure these alignment is top tier. Get that running game going so Shador can work the play action. You know what I'm saying? Don't drop
Yep.
that boy back on every down and have them defensive linemen pin their ears back. So I want to see some some plays execute, some run plays, some play action executed. So, and I think Shador will be more dangerous with the play action, man. I
He's
mean, you
already
can't just.
dangerous. So yeah.
He's
Yeah.
already dangerous. He's probably he in my opinion, bro, with his arm talent and his accuracy, he's one of the best. He's already top five quarterback in the league. So I think
In
I just
college,
want
yeah.
Prime, in college. I just want Prime to implement more in the running game in
Well,
their
he
in their
couldn't
play
because that
call.
offensive line was terrible. I mean, garbage.
But
Horrible.
we discussed it, bro. It was terrible
I know you still have
because
like I hear. I'm
you,
with you. You still have to try to run it,
you
but
still got to run the ball because they knew first down you run the ball, second down you run the ball. You get nets, and then most of the time they get negative yards. So now you're third and 15. They know you passing, and then Shador took so many hits, man. I don't want to see that this year. So I'm happy. I'm excited to see what Colorado is doing, man. Um, I'm excited to see they got one of the best O linemen
offensive
in the
tackles, yeah,
offensive tackle in the
recruiting class.
nation. Yeah. So man, and then my Tar Heels ain't really doing nothing, man. And that's about it. I haven't really been paying attention to anybody else, man, in the transfer portal.
Man,
Everybody else is just waiting to get processed on where they want to go. You know,
yeah, yeah. And Jeremy White is back in the chat. He said Dion is a true leader. He will open up possibilities for some HBCU players that may not get a look elsewhere. It is a great pathway for our African American young man. Yes, it is.
I
You can say
agree.
what people can say what they want. He put light on Jackson State. So, some there's people in Mississippi, young men in Mississippi, never heard of a Jackson State. Did y'all know that? So instead of going to Ole Miss or Mississippi State Bulldogs, they have the opportunity to go to Jackson State. So that's very true.
Mississippi Valley.
Or Mississippi Valley, but the Mississippi Valley got to change their culture, man. Um,
Yeah, they do.
Hey, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I think we might have been sleeping on Valley a little bit because I'm gonna be truthful. They've done a decent job in the transfer portal. Also, I mean, they've gotten a few good linemen. Of course, they got Harold Blood, but I think the thing about it is, I think the thing they've done, they focus on one, getting offensive linemen to protect him, and two, like getting him weapons in terms of, in the running game and getting him a couple of receivers. So I think Valley might get a few wins this year, bro.
Mississippi Valley got Harold Blood.
I mean, of course, we know Blood didn't like the world on fire But I'm telling you, I think if the run game can carry him the way Southern's run game was able to carry him during stretches of the season, I think Valley might be able to shock some people, bro. Uh, I mean, it's too early to say, but I would be shocked if Valley won 3 or 4 games this year.
Yeah, I think Kendrick Wade, he's you know he's very familiar with that that Mississippi Delta area. He was head coach at um that the Delta University, um and he took the head coach in Mississippi Valley. So I'm sure he's well aware the mountain that those Delta Devils down there have to climb. Um, and I know he's sick of it. So I'm not surprised because when I listened to him in his interview on SWAC Media Day last year, um, he sounded adamant that he's gonna try to. He knows it's not gonna be overnight, but he's trying to turn that Mississippi Valley program around. So I'm not surprised. So I'm low key root for Mississippi Valley, man, because um they've been go they've been, they've been having a rough one
Yeah, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm
as
kind
far
of
as seasons.
happy to see that he doing a good job there. And in addition to that, you know, you get tired of seeing certain teams be on the bottom all the time. I'm not gonna lie, even though they're in the same side with Southern, bro. At one point, Prairie View was a doormat for years, and it's just kind of refreshing to kind of see them in a better space. And hopefully, the Valley could get out the cellar also, but it's gonna be difficult with like the emergence of Bethune Cookman with this NIL money and FAMU keeping it going in Jackson State. So I mean, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. You got like 3 heavy hitters on the east side alone in terms of just on paper. We don't know how it's gonna play out on the field, but hopefully they could get some maybe about 3-4 wins this year, Valley. Hopefully.
Yeah, I hope so too. Um, and Jeremy White agreed with you, JB. He said mix it up with the RPO. He said preach, and Jeremy White said watch Malik Myers. Okay, at Valley. Okay. Malik Myers. Okay, is he a quarterback, Jeremy?
Look him up real quick.
I'm in them now. He's 6'3". He's from Jacksonville, Florida. Okay, Florida boy on the squad. I'm about to see. Oh, he a wide receiver. He's 6'3". He a big boy. So he wanted to. Yeah, I'm glad you came, brother. He said, Jeremy White said, loving that I found this channel. I appreciate you, man. Um, yeah, Malik Myers is he's a junior. He's gonna be a senior going in 2024, and he a wide receiver. So we're gonna be looking for him to be that senior leader in that Valley locker room, especially in that wide receiver room. But yeah, Coach, I agree with you, man. I just hope Valley does their thing, man. And wasn't it refreshing, even though it was spring ball, but wasn't it refreshing to see Arkansas and Pine Bluff have a successful season?
Yeah, I mean, the thing about it, you gotta realize Pine Bluff was like one of the top teams. In fact, like we said, that spring they won the SWAC, and bro, they haven't been the same since. So I don't know if COVID affected them or what, because that spring that Coach Prime came to J State, the year before that, basically it was Southern and Alcorn in the SWAC championship game, and Alcorn beat Southern. And then that spring, Alcorn suspended all activities due to COVID. They opted out that season, and they won it. And truthfully speaking, bro, they haven't been the same since. And I mean, I don't know if it's because of COVID or maybe they're having some type of administrative issues, but bro, Pine Bluff is a doormat. What Bethune and Valley was on the east side, Pine Bluff was the same thing on the west side. And I'm like, wow, it's crazy how far they've fallen since COVID, bro.
Yeah, it is crazy, like night and day, man. But I just want teams like Valley and to just be competitive, man. Especially Valley. You know what I mean? So Jeremy, we'll be looking for that young buck Malik Myers to do his thing, man. They definitely need him. And he said he a baller too. Yeah, okay. But and to be fair, they no disrespect to T. Williams over there in Mississippi Valley, but they need more consistent quarterback play too to get it. So I'm sure Valley got the Myers and other wide receivers that are dogs, but we wouldn't know if they dogs if you can't get them to them.
The ball to me.
Yeah.
They got Harold Blood, so I don't know if that's gonna change. But
I think
but
they
I
could do
could be
more recruiting though.
wrong. Hey man, change the scenery. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's what he needs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So shout out to Harold Blood, man. I joke, man. I do wish him well. You know.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
don't get it twisted. I mean, I wish him well also, but I think, truthfully speaking, I think he's an ultimate game manager. I mean, if he couldn't do better with all the weapons he had at Southern, if he couldn't produce more, I think that's a telltale sign that he's a game manager, and he needs a savage defense and a savage run game to really carry him.
That man said the ultimate game manager. Damn.
Yeah, man. Well, I can't wait to win the SWAC. Think these SWAC ball clubs they start filling up their teams, getting their recruits in order, and we gonna be here, me and Coach, in the new year, and that's another thing. Going into the new year, I want to ask you guys a question. So um, what do you expect to change in the new year? Um, Pertaining to, you don't have to go into detail, but pertaining in your personal uh, life, or your channel, or it could be just something, a ball club. What do you expect to change going into the new year? Starting with you, Coach.
Well, before I get to that, I know it's been a lot of talk around the LDBC about who's the fighter of the year. In my personal opinion, I know a lot of individuals have been talking about Terrence Bud Crawford, but in my estimation, I think Devin the Dream Handy was the fighter of the year this year. So let me get out the way. Devin the Dream Handy is my fighter of the year, first and foremost. In terms of New Year's resolutions I think the thing that's going to change for me personally in terms of as a content creator, my channel is steadily growing day by day. I think it's going to take off, and I'm going to be in a whole nother stratosphere compared to where I am now. I think the same thing with your channel, bro, here on the Southern Baller Show. I think we're getting ready to take off, and we're getting ready to go on a whole nother level, whole nother stratosphere. And the thing that's going to change for me personally in 2024, my bank account is going way up, bro.
Yeah,
Boy,
amen. I hear
boy,
you.
boy, I almost spoke in tongues. Well, go ahead, man.
I'm with you, man. And Jeremy White said Pine Bluff had a lot of off-field activities going on. same as Mississippi Valley. They just need some real leadership on the coaching roster. Okay.
Yeah, bro. I mean, it's gonna take like a rock solid individual to be able to turn either one of those two programs around. And I think Mississippi Valley going in the right direction.
Yeah, especially with Coach Kendrick Wade, man, him being familiar what's going on down there in the Delta in Mississippi. So, JB, what are you going to expect going into the new year to change?
First of all, I want to just repeat the same um, thing that Coach said about Devin Haney. Devin Haney is my fighter of the year. Uh, Based on what he did to Regis. Regis is from New Orleans. He's a dog. I ain't never seen nobody beat Regis like that. So Devin Dream Haney is my fighter of the year. As far as personal, man, I just want to, keep. Um, First of all, I'm gonna get this weight off. You know what I'm saying? Personal, and just be more um, consistent in doing the things I need to do personally. Stay focused. Don't and just say no to people that's not worth my time. Um, and as far as channel, well, your channel, we started this channel together, Jared. Just help you keep growing and keep building, and so we'll be where we need to be. Um, and yeah, that's it.
Okay. And living big with Big Ridge, he said definitely about to blow up. I pray that all of us. Yes, sir. I receive it, man. And for what I expect to change on my work on change going to 2024 this new year, man, is like JB said, consistency, man. Especially with my new channel, just dig deep in a lot of HBCU ball on both SWAC and not just the SWAC and MEAC, but
And maybe
uh,
some CIAA.
and maybe some CIAA. So you might see me cover some Fayetteville State, or you know what I mean, or uh, Winston Salem State or something like that. So just pray I just had the time to do all that and make time, and just be consistent, um, and just yeah, that's it. Consistency, man, and just in my personal life, just work on me, just be a better man, and continue to listen more. Cause I don't know everything, but that's it for me, brothers, man. But um, I started this channel, man, this year, man, and I was procrastinating to do it. I love football, HBCU football, especially. When we couldn't afford to go to the UNC Tar Heel games, Pops took us to Fayetteville State and Wilson State, and ever since then I fell in love with the HBCU atmosphere. So I catch myself watching on the um Coach 67 said back, when BET was showing uh a lot of SWAT games or HBCU games on TV. I tuned in, man, because I love the atmosphere. So I just decided to create this channel and a little football in general. Um, we talk about NFL and everything. So I'm just glad I got my foot in the door. Of course, the subscribers will come. I ain't tripping on it. Um, and yes, Jeremy White. He said, "Thank the Lord for a good year and hope for good health and prosperity. If that's what the Lord has for me, also help the show below." Yeah, man. I appreciate you,
Amen.
man.
I receive it.
Amen. We receive it, man. And anybody who else is down that family members, friends, that you think may like the show, share and tell them subscribe, man. And I appreciate it. But um, on forward from here, man. On forward. Um, but before we wrap everything up, Coach 67, is there anything else you want to say or plug before we wrap it up?
Of course, you can follow me at Coach 67 Sports TV on all social media platforms. That includes TikTok. That includes X, which is formerly known as Twitter. That includes Instagram. In addition to that, you can follow my secondary channel here on YouTube. However, my primary channel here on YouTube is Coach 67 Sports TV. Earlier today, we had episode 26 of Bayou Sports Talk. Check it out. Also tomorrow, I'm gonna drop a couple videos. Hopefully, Southern University, and hopefully everyone is safe during this holiday season. Happy New Year to everyone, and we'll catch y'all in 2024.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. JB, any final words, my brother?
Shout out to the mighty LGBC. Y'all be safe out here, man. New Year's. Y'all be careful. Don't drink too much. If you're gonna drink, don't drive. That's what they got Ubers, and you got your homeboy, homegirl out there. You know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, y'all be take care of yourself. Y'all be blessed.
I second that, man. Y'all be careful out here. Don't bring any negative energy into the new year, or keep that foolishness behind, man, and just and let's work on to be better. But thank those who've been supporting me from day one. Me and Coach 67 Sports TV and JB, we appreciate y'all. Appreciate you, Jeremy White. He said, "I got you, my brother. I appreciate you, man." Um, but y'all have a blessed New Year. Happy 2024. This is gonna be the last show for 2023. We see y'all in the new year. Y'all stay blessed.